Hello, Malik Currington here, Family Budget Fisherman. Thank you for tuning in to another special episode on this channel. Yes, you read it in the thumbnail and in the description below. I'm going to be talking to you about the meaning of the Family Budget Fisherman, what it was when I conceived it almost 5 years ago, and what it is today. And this will also be a reference video for many of you who feel a bit challenged by trying to juxtapose high-end rods, high-end reels, high-end baits and lures with the term family budget fisherman. I'm going to help you out with this video. So let's get started. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. I've been fishing now for almost 53 years that I can remember. My dad says I started at 2. I remember catching my first fish at 3. It was a trout that I caught at the California State Fair when I was 3 years old. And they had them in these big barrels. I remember that. However, for the past 40 years, I've been purchasing my own fishing equipment. My dad has always helped me and other people helped me until I became maybe 15 or 16, until I bought my first license. But I do remember buying it with, paper route money and, other money that I earned here and there. I first got my first job at 14, so I used some of my payroll money. So I bought fishing equipment, and I always bought my, ugly sticks and other very less, inexpensive rods and reels and so forth. 2018, after doing this for all these many decades, 2018 comes along, and I get an opportunity to purchase my first high-end rod and reel. And believe me, it's a big change when you make that first purchase. It was to buy 4 of these rods here. Now, these are the Shimano Zodius. This is one of the 4. In 2018, I made this purchase. The Shimano Zodius, $200 rod. I bought 4 of these for $800. Why? Because that was the full price. It was because Shimano was also offering, if I purchased this rod in full, they were giving me for free a Shimano Corrado rod, which was a bait caster. So I bought 4 rods for $800 and got 4 $160 rods for free. So my net cost to me, if I kept all those rods, was what? $40, right? Now, I ended up selling 2 and giving away 2. And so my actual realized price of this rod is $60. $60 for a $200 rod. And I own 4 of these. Actually, I don't own 4 of them anymore because one is my wife's. Now, you would say that was a good deal. I got to thinking about this. This was January of 2018, and this overwhelmed my thinking, and I started putting together all of what I knew about fishing. So April of 2019, I decided to start this YouTube channel because I now realized that I had enough information with which to share with you on how to do something similar, how to find these kind of deals, and how to do things so that for the same price of an ugly stick, actually cheaper than an ugly stick, but basically the same price of an ugly stick. This ugly stick in 2016, because I bought this in 2016, and I bought this reel in 2016, bought 10 of these as a matter of fact at $23 a piece out the door, because Big 5 Sporting Goods was selling them. This rod cost me 50 bucks. Yeah, $50. Okay. And this reel cost me out the door $23. So that's $73 for this combo. This combo's caught every kind of fish in freshwater in most freshwater fish in California. Okay. There are some, so crappie, bass, catfish, bluegill, red ear, small sturgeons. It's caught it all. Okay. Trout, salmon. Okay. It's caught a lot of fish over the years. But when I got these rods, I realized that I could do different things and I didn't have to make this kind of purchase all the time. This is an impulse buy, meaning I have to have the money, then go into the store and make one purchase out the door. Okay. This is not planning. This, at the time, was an impulse buy as well. It just so happened our tax return was in and that we were able to do it. But I then realized that we had an opportunity to purchase this outside of that time period, and I could have done it over time. So that's why it took a year. And here's what I learned. I could buy higher end fishing equipment. So for example, my next high end rod and reel was this one right here. I won one of these and then I went on and bought one. Now I want you to see the price. In late 2019, I won one of these rods. I have a reel on it right now. I think I have a Vanford on it right now. Right here. Matter of fact, I'll put this one down. $325 rod. Bought this rod. I won this rod and added this reel on here. And I'll tell you what I paid for this reel in a moment. Okay. I was so excited about that rod that the next time I got a chance to buy, I bought this one. And I paid $125 for this rod. I did not pay the $325. I paid $125 for this rod. And I'll tell you how I did it in a minute. I'm trying to share something with you. Time, patience, and a plan get you high-end equipment. It's not about the amount of money you make. It's about how you plan with the money you have. If you are only thinking in terms of the next purchase I make, I'll go to Walmart and pick up a rod and reel combo, then that's all you're going to ever have. Matter of fact, there are some guys who's got, 6, 7, 800,000 subscriber channels based upon going to Walmart, getting a cheap rod and reel, and entertaining you all with what fish they can catch. And many of you all think that's great entertainment. That's just not where I am. What I'm saying to you is you can make a purchase like that, a high-end purchase, and not break your family's budget. I have explained it to you in many, many different videos. I have over 130 something videos on the channel. 100% of the stuff I'm going to share with you are sprinkled through those videos. There are some things in this video I'm not going to repeat because I may actually open up the members only section on YouTube because, hey, I figure if I have to keep saying this and everybody wants updated to the moment information, maybe there's something that we could share that, that in the form of a membership and share it. Here's another one. And I'll get back to the rods in a minute. I went to Dick's Sporting Goods. Now I realize that a lot of you don't have Dick's Sporting Goods. I get it because I've done enough of these videos and some of you just like, oh my God, they don't even have a fishing department anymore. I get it. There's politics that go into that. And that's some of the things that I explained to you over time on how you get around that kind of thing. However, Dick's Sporting Goods was, if you buy 5 of these, and each one of these represents a box type that I bought. I bought some Nikos. I bought some wide gaps. I bought traditional worm and weedless Nico. I got a total of 10 boxes of these VMC hooks. There's another 6 right below the camera here. The deal was buy 5, get 5 free. Okay. And the same goes for the Guggen crappie jigs. Okay. There are other Guggen baits, but I have those, so I want the crappie jigs. Buy 5, get 5 free. Okay. Then there was some new stuff that came out that I wanted to purchase. You got the Helgramites. There's some Helgramites here that I wanted to check out. And I'll take one out so you can see. Helgramites and the Yum Dingers, the new Yum Dingers. These are some beautiful young Yum Dingers. Look at that. I love that color. I love that strip in there, those metal strips that they have in there. I'm going to throw that as soon as possible. Okay, so there's that. And then the Yum Dingers, here one represents this. And I think a lot of companies have this kind of a two-tone combination that looks almost exactly alike. Strike King, Missile Baits, they all have it. You know, where it's that kind of light on the front, dark on the back kind of deal. I like that. Okay, I paid full price for those, but I'll explain that in a minute. When I got up there, my total price for 10 boxes of Guggen crappie baits, 10 boxes of VMC hooks, crappie hooks, Guggen crappie hooks is what I purchased, and VMC worm hooks, and then these 5 packs of plastic baits. The subtotal came to $146. Okay. They added my rewards points. They took off the buy 1 get 1 free, or buy 5 get 5 free. They reduced it based on that. And when they were done, I owed them out of pocket before taxes $39. If you had walked into to Dick's Sporting Goods, you would not have seen any sale. There were no signs that said these were on sale. You just, you had to ask and be curious. That's where information comes in. Remember, time, patience, and information get you your deals. Okay, this can happen at academies, sports. It can happen at Shields. It can happen at Bass Pro Shops. They don't always advertise the stuff they have on sale. You have to be curious about it. And these are things that I have shared over these 130 some odd videos. But like I said, if I got to do it all at one time, there's got to be some reciprocity here, So that's what I purchased. And I got $146 worth of lures and bait, hooks and bait for $39. You can't beat that. Okay. I'm about to open up a box from American Legacy Fishing and Outdoors. Okay. This is it should be another Tatula MQ that I have here. The Tatula MQs are for sale, retail $200. I think most of you know that. Okay. Yeah, this is a Tatula in here. My before tax price was $99. So more than almost 50% off. Okay. Now, why is that? Because American Legacy has a program a rewards program that if you're a part of, there's a lot of really good rewards. And in those rewards, they had a 20% off deal, and then my rewards points was another $60. So I was already doing well just with those two. And then all I had to do was pay the balance. Okay. $99.49 was my pre-tax cost. And I got a nice 3,000. Those are 2,500s over there at the MQs, but the old ones, the Tatula 3000s, I wanted to get one at the MQ stage. Okay. And here it is in here. Okay. Here it is in there. You see it in there. I don't need to put it together right now. You see it and you get the picture. Bass Pro Shops has a rewards program. Dick's Sporting Goods has a rewards program. American Legacy Fishing Outdoors has a rewards program. Fish USA has a rewards program. Who am I missing? Oh, obviously, Omnia Fishing has a rewards program. All of these are opportunities for you to take advantage of so you can save money. There is the other side of it as well. Some of these rods I paid full price for, meaning I paid the full retail price, but I didn't pay the full price out the door out of my pocket. And here's why. Because when it was time to make the purchase, I had already been saving up money, number one. And here's what I do. Sometimes those companies will offer gift card bonuses. So you buy $50 in gift cards and they'll give you an extra $10 for every $50 or $60 you buy. So you do that. You buy based upon what the offer is, without any intention on buying something in the immediate sense, because gift cards don't expire. The second thing is, I asked others who wanted to bless me for birthdays, for Father's Days, for other special days. I pastor a church, and so there's a pastor's appreciation month. I believe it's October, and they want to be a blessing to me. I say, hey, you know, purchase any one of these e-gift cards from these locations. Now, they don't have to do any of that. People who want to be a blessing to you can just do it. You know, I got some ice cream gift cards. I got some gift cards to Red Robin and other things. But if they are asking my preference, these are my preferences. And so I was blessed with several $100s worth of these gift cards to these places of my choice. And so from time to time, when these companies have sales that I can recognize, either a discount off or clearance, or I go into the stores and recognize I already have money that I have set aside. Now, let me tell you the benefit of it. I have been able to buy this here. Now, I worked with the company at the time to do a price match for the Poison Adrenas. Poison Adrenas go for $400. $400. And that's what I started with. When I was done with the price match with another company, rewards points and gift cards, my out the door price, what I actually had to shell out the balance of to purchase this rod, which is why I have 3 of these rods and not one, $188. Okay. And I think it was even less than that, because I think I'm including the tax. Same thing that happened with my Vanfords, all of my Vanfords, every single Vanford you ever see on this channel, I've already purchased, and my total out the door price averaged $134. So do the math, baby. 188 plus 134 is just a little over $300 for a $600 combination. Okay? That's how I do things. And even for the $300, I already had gift cards and money saved so that it did not, I mean, when I made the purchase, you didn't even hear a squeak out of my family's budget because of the way I made that purchase. For the record, that's how I bought the NRX Plus as well. Doing the exact same thing. I already talked to you about the reel. This is a Vanford reel. This is how I got the rod. Same way. My out the door price for this $625 rod, I think, was about $375, somewhere up in there. Okay. But remember, I've been saving a little bit month by month. I don't buy rods every month. I save money month by month. And as a general rule, I don't use credit cards. For those of you who wonder, I don't borrow money to save money. Now, I use credit cards for other things, but in this case, no. If I don't have it, I don't spend it. And last but not least is this here, right here. This is my most expensive rod in my entire arsenal. Right here, almost $1,700 of rod and reel combination here. Okay. My out the door price when I had reduced everything down was $600. It's because I had already been saving for the previous 16 months for a G. Loomis Conquest rod, which is about $75 to $100 less expensive than this rod here. This rod was not yet available in the American market when I started saving for the Conquest. But when I added up all of the rewards points, the discount that was offered at the time, and it was an unannounced discount. It was there, but it wasn't announced. And I took advantage of it because I learned about it. Information, patience, and time. And I realized I was able to add the reel at the same time. And when that subtotal came down to $600, and then of course I had to pay a little bit on the tax, I was ecstatic. I almost bought two of these because I still had money saved up in that same account, but I only bought one. Why am I saying that to you? Because this is what I want to share with you on the channel. You don't have to break your family's budget by trying to impulse buy a $1,700 combo. It's not necessary. I can't do that on my own. I have to save just like everybody else does. And my income, since I started this channel, has more than doubled in the 5 years that I've been on this channel. And I still got to save money, just like the rest of you. Bringing it down the hill a little bit, I got this rod a little bit differently. Everybody knows I got the MQ reel. This rod is $670 retail. But because I do have friends who are professional bass fishermen, I was able to pay only $375, about the same as the other rod over here, for this rod here. I think it was under $400. And I went on and took advantage of it. Again, using out of an account that I had saved. And I save money all the time. I don't just save when I'm looking for something. I'm constantly saving because I never know when an opportunity to make a purchase comes up. And this is what I'm sharing with you. Even if it's $20 a month, just put it in an account. Put it somewhere where you are dedicated, where you're diligent about this being dedicated to one type of purchase, and that is for your fishing equipment. And so now I'm sitting on a $900 combo where the reel cost me this particular reel, they're averaging at 120 bucks. Of course, I got this one for $99, so that will bring the average down. But for right now, I'm gonna stick with the other one, $120 for these reels and $375 for the rod. I'm just saying to you, as well under the price of the rod itself. And I can go on and on with that. You know, the 13 fishing rod. One of the reasons why I bought 3 of the previous model, I got 2 of these, but I bought 3 of the previous model because these are the same rod blanks, the exact same rod blanks. They just changed the finish on them and changed the handle design. But they're the exact same rod blank, $125. I didn't see any reason to pass up that deal. These are the kinds of things that I want to share with you for the previous 5 years. It started simple, got more dynamic, and on into the future. You don't have to impulse buy. You don't have to buy as soon as the market says that you should. Remember, companies want to sell you products year after year after year, okay? They don't just want to sell you a product today. They want to be able to sell you a product ongoing. They want you to have some brand loyalty. One day I'll have a conversation with you about that. I'm not big on brand loyalty anymore. And the most recent upset is the fact that there are some big changes made at 13 Fishing. And I'm holding this rod up in particular. Some big changes made in 13 Fishing since Rapala, they've always had a big investment in 13 Fishing, but they took over controlling interest in the company. And you can't find this rod on the new site, this one or the Fuse. And that's the extent that I'm going to make mention of that in this video. And they don't there's no explanation as to why that happened. So I say to you, take your time. And I say this almost every video. There's nothing in the fishing world that you need in the first 90 to 120 days of that new item. Trust me when I tell you, no company only wants to sell you, only wants to have a 90-day supply or 120-day supply of a particular item, unless it's some sort of collector's item. You know, they have $100, $200 swim baits where they only make 50, 75, 100 of them. Okay, I get that. Those are collector's items. Those are not real. They're not in the fishing business. That's the collector's item business. Let's just be honest. There are opportunities that you and I need to be able to take advantage of on a regular basis. And the term family budget fisherman will always mean using time, patience, and information. You are able to make the highest end purchases that you can make for fishing equipment, rods, reels, baits, lures, accessories, that you are able to make without breaking your family's budget. Yes, it's going to cost you a little bit more than an ugly stick, but that's over time. Discipline yourself, because I don't want for what I have and share with you on this channel to be unique. I want it to be typical. I love to hear the stories of you telling me how you went out there and you got a deal on your fishing equipment, how you were able to get your Vanfords, how you were able to get your Tatulas, how you were able to get your Stees, or how you were able, whatever your rods and reels were. Some of you were able to get your NRX Plus for less than what I got, which I found fascinating. I love those stories. Keep those coming. And you still were able to eat good, enjoy your families, and nobody be put on a beans and rice diet because you made an upsettingly large purchase for the month. And that's what I want to share with you. This is not about impulse buying at high ends. This is about planning your purchases so that you don't break your family's budget, which is why I always close with, don't do anything to buy any and all of this equipment and break your family's budget in the process. But by every legal and ethical means, get out there and break your personal best. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and be blessed.